Babies are the most precious gift that God has given us. They are a reminder of the pure innocence that humanity once held. The first time you ever hold an infant in your arms is such a powerful moment. Though it has never crossed my mind what it would be like to know that the child you're holding in your arms might struggle to survive or even face death. Yet, there are over 21,000 infant deaths each year in the U.S., and according to the CDC, the top two deaths were birth defects and low birth weight. However, there's one organization that hopes to lower these numbers: Newborns in Need. Today, I'm going to tell you about why you should support Newborns in Need. First, I will discuss how the organization began. Second, what they do, before finally discussing how you can get involved. Newborns in Need first began in July of 1992, and it was started by a local Missouri woman named Carol Green. To paraphrase the information given by newbornsinneed.com, Green found out that the hospitals were merely disposing of deceased infants due to lack of burial clothes and funding. Upon her discovery, she called together her quilting circle, to provide burial clothes. The circle grew and they began to provide supplies and clothes for babies who are also alive. The organizations created another chapter in North Carolina, and it has grown substantially since then. Which brings me to my second point. What does Newborns in Need provide? According to the organization's website, Newborns in Need, children are born into poverty, which means many parents cannot afford to provide the basic necessities for their newborns. Spectrum One local news reveals that Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is ranked 20th in the state for child poverty, and that the state has one of the highest child poverty rates in the U.S. This is where Newborns in Need steps in. The organization provides food, clothes, bottles, diapers, and other necessities. They also provide funding and support for NICU babies and preemies. With all of the wonderful things that Newborns in Need provides for the community, it is important that those who are able to volunteer do so. Now that we have talked about how Newborns in Need began and what the organization provides, we will finally discuss how to get involved. There are many ways in which you can support this organization. Firstly, you can make a simple donation, whether it be supplies, money, every little bit helps. For those who seek a more hands-on involvement, there are craftier options. You might choose from one of the various sewing, crocheting, or knitting patterns on their website, or you might choose how to organize and distribute the supplies to the community. Personally, my favorite way to get involved is making hats. I make baby hats. I started this, 3 or 4 summers ago. So basically, this is what they look like. They're really little and they're super cute, but you can make them in all different colors and sizes. I use a loom knitting process to make these, and I normally make them in batches of about 20 or 40 depending on what's going on and how much time I have before I'll stop by and donate them. My last donation, I think, was almost 110 hats, I'm pretty sure was what it was. But of course, I had a lot of free time my senior year, so I spent it knitting. And it's just something that I can kind of do while I'm sitting in bed watching TV or listening to lectures, which it's definitely helps my retainment because my hands are busy, but my brain's listening to what's being said. So it works wonders for helping me concentrate. And it's really nice because it gives to somebody else in need, which is super important. And it's nice just knowing that some little baby gets to wear these, and it's super cute. Which is why I love it. So, in the end, the need to provide for these little miracles when caregivers are struggling is a great way to unite the community and fulfill a need for someone else. The most important part of Newborns in Need is not the supplies or the volunteers, but rather the lives that are touched by these very things.